One of the biggest problems in the modern church today is that the spirit of Jezebel has been allowed free reign in our churches. And because the spirit of Jezebel has been allowed free reign in our churches, the spirit of witchcraft has also been allowed free reign in our churches. And we only look at witchcraft in terms of Obia and oil and powder and all of that. But if you really look at the story in First Kings about Jezebel and what Jezebel did, the tactics and the weapons that Jezebel predominantly used, it wasn't necessarily no oil and powder. So if you really look at it, Jezebel was using manipulation tactics. That's what she was using most. She was using her influence to control and to manipulate situations, manipulate the perception of how people were seen, and she used lies as well to get her way. And this is what we're seeing happening in churches these days. So we have a bunch of people who are in the church and they are sowing discord amongst the brethren, and sometimes we make it seem like a small thing. We don't really acknowledge the gravity of this thing, of how bad this thing is. If you, as one of the brothers or sisters in a church, decides to negatively warp other people's perception of another human being, of another person in the church, that is considered witchcraft. You are telling lies, or you are spreading rumors or gossip about another person so that you can create this picture in somebody else's mind that is negative towards that individual. That is considered witchcraft, and we don't look at it as that, and we don't see how detrimental it is to the body of Christ. We don't acknowledge how evil it truly is, and we don't call it out. We allow these things to be perpetuated in our churches, and that's why the spirit of Jezebel and witchcraft is allowed to just run rampant in our church. We need to understand that the enemy is also working from within. Many of the times we're battling the enemy and we're thinking that the enemy is only outside. We're thinking that the devil is only operating outside, externally. A lot of the times the enemy is one of the biggest ways to bring down any kingdom. One of the biggest ways to bring down any army is a concept called the fifth column, where you put somebody inside of that army or inside of that kingdom, put a little force of people, a little force to infiltrate so that they can wreak havoc and destruction from inside out. And that does more damage than if you have your army and you stand up and you face them face to face and you fight. So as a body, we need to realize the impact of what Jezebel is being allowed to do in our churches. And the sad part about it, and one of the reasons why it goes unchecked, is because it is operating from the top down. Many of our church leaders are operating in the spirit of Jezebel or witchcraft in how they lead the body of Christ, and that is why the spirit is allowed to do whatever it's doing in our churches, and it is doing a lot of damage to God's people. You're fearfully and you're wonderfully made. God bless you.